We are in chapter 7, verse 9 of Bhagavad Gita. Punyo gandha prithivyaam cha tejas chasmi vibhavasau जीवनं सर्वभूतेषु तपश्चास्मि तपस्विषु We'll repeat. Punyo gandha prithivyam cha tejas chasmi vibhavasau जीवनं सर्वभूतेषु तपश्चास्मि तपस्विषु Hare Krishna, I'm Snita Sunil with you in 2-minute Mahabharata stories. Let us continue with chapter 7, verse 9 of Bhagavad Gita. This is simply marvelous. It is to know about ourselves. So it is little big, but still I'll try to explain you in detail so that let us understand ourselves, which is very important to know about our birth. Okay, let us continue. This verse is spoken about different types of devotees and the nature of the ultimate reality. Sri Krishna says, those who are enlightened by knowing me with all the intricacies of my divine presence, they know me in truth and enter into my being. The translation of the verse in detail. Sri Krishna tells, my dear Arjuna, the material energy comprising the 8 categories as mentioned previously is earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intellect and false ego. Constitutes the inferior, that is lower aspect of my nature. But know that I have a superior, that is higher energy, which is the life element which sustains the entire universe and pervades it. We have already seen the 2 energies in Prakriti, that is, inferior is Apara and superior is Para. In Apara, we saw all the lower energies in Para Prakriti. The superior energy is the life force or the spark that animates all living beings. It is the essence of Krishna's nature and is responsible for sustaining the universe. This energy is superior because it is eternal, immutable, and divine. In our previous episodes, we have seen Krishna's energy is multifaceted, comprising both material and spiritual aspects. The intellect world being lower, that is, the material world being lower, the life force being superior, what sustains and connects all living beings. How to understand the inferior and superior energies? Develop a deeper appreciation for the spiritual aspect of life. Recognize the impertinence of material possessions and relationships. Cultivate a sense of connection with the divine and the universe. In short, Sri Krishna tells, I am the pure fragrance of the truth, the pure fragrance of the earth and the brilliance in fire. I am the life force in all beings and the penance of the aesthetics. In continuation to the previous verses, Sri Krishna declares, He is the life source and the most vital ingredient of everything. The entire universe is an extension of His opulence on earth. He is the force behind both the living and the non living. He is the mild and pure fragrance of the earth and the bright radiance of a flame. He is the life force of all living creatures. The ascetics or sadhus continuously deny themselves. They consciously deny themselves of bodily pleasures and perform austerities for self purification. Lord Krishna says he is indeed the force behind their capacity to do penance. The moral is the life force that sustains all creatures is part of the divine essence. The strength and ability of ascetics to perform austerities for self purification are also a manifestation of God's power. Moral is we cannot imagine the earth without smell, fire without brightness, living beings without life, aesthetics without austerity. So, the essence, the ruling principle, the characteristics, quality of everything is the Lord Himself. What is punya in this verse? Which is not decomposed. One should understand everything in the material world has a certain flavor of fragrance, just like flower as its fragrance, earth as its fragrance, and water, fire, either, so on. The uncertainable flavor, that is the original flavor which permeates in everything, is Sri Krishna himself. Similarly, everything has a particular original taste which can be changed by a mixture of chemicals. The moral is everything in original have a smell taste. What is vibhava? It means fire. This fire helps us to cook and run factories. That fire is all Sri Krishna. Heat in fire is Sri Krishna. According to Vedic medicine, it shows indigestion is due to a low temperature in the belly. So, even for digestion, fire is needed. So, in Krishna consciousness, we become aware that earth, water, fire, air, either every active principle, all chemicals, and all material elements are close to Krishna. The duration of man's life is also due to Krishna. The moral is by the grace of Krishna, man can prolong his life or diminish it. So, Krishna consciousness is active in every sphere. At the end of one kalpa, all living beings merge into my primordial material energy, says Krishna. At the beginning of the next creation, Krishna tells, O son of Kunti, I manifest them again, presiding over my material energy. I generate their myriad forms again and again in accordance with the force of the natures. What is the meaning of all living beings dwell in him? When Mahapralaya, that is the great annihilation, takes place and the entire world is wound up, then where do all the living beings go? The answer is given in this verse. Sri Krishna explains about how creation, maintenance, and annihilation follows in a repetitive cycle. Here the word Kalpakshaya, meaning the end of Brahma's lifespan. What is Brahma's lifespan for him? For him it is 100 years, but for the earth it is 311 trillion 10 billion years. The Panchamahabhuta merge into the Panch Tanmatras. The Panch Tanmatras merge into Ahankara. The Ahankara merges into Mahan. The Mahan merges into Prakriti, the primordial form of the material energy. And Prakriti goes and rests in the divine body of the Supreme Lord, Mahavishnu. At that time, all the souls within the material creation also go and rest in the body of God in a state of suspended animation. Their gross and subtle bodies merge back into the source Maya. However, the causal body still remains, which is explained in the verse chapter 2 verse 28 of Bhagavad Gita. That is physical, astral and causal. What is this? The physical body perishes. The causal body, which contains a person's karmic imprints, desires, and the seeds of future lives, continues through the cycle of reincarnation. It is considered the root cause from which the other two bodies will manifest in a new birth. What is the nature of causal body? It is seen subtle, containing imprints, desires, and emotions of the past because of its ignorance. Unlike physical body, changes, dies, and perishes. The causal body remains constant across multiple lifetimes, acting as a template for future lives. The causal body is the cause for the creation of the subtle, that is the astral, and gross, that is physical bodies. What happens after death? At physical death, the physical body is left behind, but the causal body remains connected to the astral body. This path then journeys to find a new physical body to continue the cycle of birth and death based on the karma stored in the causal body. The causal body is the seed that germinates into a new astral and physical body. The goal in some traditions is to eventually transcend the causal body to break free from the cycle. Why it remains? Because of its karma, which is impressions, desires, the soul's journey through many lives. Unchanging foundation of an individual's consciousness that persists through different life forms. What is causal body still remains? It is an acknowledgement that even after the body dies, the essence of who a person is, their karmic baggage, and the potential for future lives persist. Let us continue and watch the channel to understand about our own self. Thank you. Good day to all of you.
ಹರೇ ಶ್ರೀಕೃಷ್ಣ. ಶ್ರೀಮದ್ ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆ ಅಧ್ಯಾಯ 7 ಶ್ಲೋಕ 9. ಪುಣ್ಯೋ ಗಂಧಃ ಪೃಥಿವ್ಯಾಂಚ ತೇಜಶ್ಚಾಸ್ಮಿ ವಿಭಾವಸೌ ಜೀವನಂ ಸರ್ವಭೂತೇಷು ತಪಶ್ಚಾಸ್ಮಿ ತಪಸ್ವಿಷು. ಈ ಶ್ಲೋಕದ ಭಾವಾರ್ಥ: ನಾನು ಭೂಮಿಯ ಮೂಲ ಪರಿಮಳ, ನಾನು ಅಗ್ನಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ತೇಜಸ್ಸು, ಎಲ್ಲ ಜೀವಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನೇ ಜೀವ, ಎಲ್ಲ ತಪಸ್ವಿಗಳ ತಪಸ್ಸೂ ನಾನೇ. ಪುಣ್ಯ ಎಂದರೆ ಕೊಳೆಯದಿರುವುದು. ಪುಣ್ಯವು ಮೂಲವಾಗಿದೆ. ಐಹಿಕ ಜಗತ್ತಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ವಸ್ತುವಿಗೂ ಒಂದು ಕಂಪು ಅಥವಾ ಸುವಾಸನೆ ಇರುತ್ತದೆ. ಒಂದು ಹೂವಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಭೂಮಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನೀರಿನಲ್ಲಿ, ಅಗ್ನಿಯಲ್ಲಿ, ವಾಯು ಮೊದಲಾದವುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತೆ ನಿರ್ಮಲವಾದ ಸುಗಂಧ, ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನೂ ವ್ಯಾಪಿಸುವ ಮೂಲ ಸುಗಂಧ ಕೃಷ್ಣ. ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ವಸ್ತುವಿಗೂ ಒಂದು ಮೂಲ ರುಚಿ ಇರುತ್ತದೆ. ರಸಾಯನಗಳನ್ನು ಬೆರೆಸಿ ಈ ರುಚಿಯನ್ನು ಬದಲಾಯಿಸಬಹುದು. ಹೀಗೆ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಮೂಲ ವಸ್ತುವಿಗೂ ಒಂದು ವಾಸನೆ, ಒಂದು ಕಂಪು, ಒಂದು ರುಚಿ ಇರುತ್ತದೆ. ವಿಭಾವಸು ಎಂದರೆ ಅಗ್ನಿ. ಅಗ್ನಿಯಿಲ್ಲದೆ ನಾವು ಕಾರ್ಖಾನೆಗಳನ್ನು ನಡೆಸಲಾರೆವು, ಅಡಿಗೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಲಾರೆವು. ಆ ಅಗ್ನಿಯೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ. ಅಗ್ನಿಯಲ್ಲಿನ ತೇಜಸ್ಸು ಕೃಷ್ಣ. ವೇದ ವೈದ್ಯದ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಅಜೀರ್ಣಕ್ಕೆ ಹೊಟ್ಟೆಯೊಳಗೆ ಶಾಖವು ಕಡಿಮೆಯಾಗುವುದೇ ಕಾರಣ. ಆದುದರಿಂದ ಜೀರ್ಣಶಕ್ತಿಗೂ ಅಗ್ನಿಯು ಅಗತ್ಯ. ಭೂಮಿ, ನೀರು, ಅಗ್ನಿ, ವಾಯು ಮತ್ತು ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಕ್ರಿಯಾಶೀಲ ತತ್ವವು, ಎಲ್ಲ ರಾಸಾಯನಿಕಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲ ಐಹಿಕ ಅಂಶಗಳು ಕೃಷ್ಣನಿಂದ ಆದವು ಎನ್ನುವ ಅರಿವು ನಮಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತದೆ. ಮನುಷ್ಯನ ಆಯಸ್ಸನ್ನು ನಿರ್ಧರಿಸುವವನೂ ಕೃಷ್ಣನೇ. ಕೃಷ್ಣನ ಕೃಪೆಯಿಂದ ಮನುಷ್ಯನು ತನ್ನ ಆಯಸ್ಸನ್ನು ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳಬಹುದು ಅಥವಾ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳಬಹುದು. ಆದುದರಿಂದ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪ್ರಜ್ಞೆಯು ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ರಂಗದಲ್ಲಿಯೂ ಕ್ರಿಯಾಶೀಲೆಯಾಗಿರುತ್ತದೆ.